What if the moment you stopped trying to win her back was the exact moment she began to miss you? Let that sink in, because most men never get to that point. They get stuck in cycles, texting, calling, apologizing for things they didn't even do, desperately trying to fix something she had already decided to walk away from. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Chasing someone who's already pulling away doesn't bring them back. It only confirms that leaving was the right choice. She believed she had you figured out, that you'd always be available, that no matter how distant or disrespectful she became, you'd still be waiting, still chasing, still seeking her validation like a dog waiting for a treat. And for a while, she was right. You gave too much. You overinvested. You made her your world, while she made you an option. But then comes the shift. The moment you stop chasing, stop reacting, stop over-explaining. That's when the power comes back to you. Not through mind games or pettiness, but through stillness, through silence. And silence doesn't mean bitterness. It means precision. You've stopped bleeding emotions on someone who never cared enough to heal them. That heartbreak, that gut-wrenching silence after she left, that's your awakening. It's the fire that burns away the weak version of yourself and reveals a man who is untouchable. No more begging, no more pleading, no more trying to prove your worth. Because your worth isn't up for negotiation anymore. You've stepped into a new mindset, a stoic one, where peace becomes your power and silence your strategy. This isn't about making her jealous. This isn't about winning her back. This is about winning yourself back. The man who forgot his value. The man who forgot that emotional control is the most lethal weapon in a world that profits from your weakness. Let her wonder. Let her spiral in the silence. Let her check your socials, hoping to see you stuck. But you're not stuck. You're focused, stoic, disciplined. You're becoming the man she can no longer reach. And that's when the regret hits. Not because you convinced her to come back, but because she misjudged you. She thought she had control, but now she doesn't even have access. And the only thing colder than your silence is your discipline. If you're done begging for closure, if you're ready to become untouchable, smash that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below. I choose silence over weakness. 1. She took you for granted because you gave her certainty. Certainty is comfortable, and comfort destroys attraction. She didn't walk away because you weren't good enough. She left because she knew exactly where you stood. There was no mystery, no challenge. She had full, unrestricted access to your time, attention, and emotion. And when something comes too easily, it's always taken for granted. Let's be honest. She didn't fall for you because you were constantly available. She didn't fall for the guy who responded in seconds and put all his emotions on the table. She fell for the mystery, the unpredictability, the quiet confidence. But somewhere along the way, you shifted. You started prioritizing her over your purpose. You made her the mission. And that's when she lost respect. Because women aren't drawn to men they can control. They're drawn to men who stay grounded, especially when emotions run high. You gave her too much certainty, and certainty kills tension. Tension is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. So how do you get it back? By becoming less predictable. Not through games, but by living your life without seeking her approval. She was never supposed to be your peace. You are your peace. That's the root of stoic control. You don't own her. You only own yourself. So now, access is cut, not to manipulate her, but to restore balance. She doesn't get the same version of you she once walked away from. No more explanations. No more chasing. No more proving anything. You've left the role of emotional provider and stepped into silence, detachment, purpose. Let her feel the emptiness she created. Let her realize the value of what she once had full access to. That's not revenge. That's discipline. If you're done being predictable, if you're ready to break the cycle of being taken for granted, tap like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I release what I cannot control. 2. Pain is a gift if you know how to use it. Pain is not the enemy. It's a gift if you know how to harness it. Heartbreak hurts, but pain is simply the message, the alarm clock that wakes up the part of you that's been dormant, the part that tolerated too much, gave too much, and lost sight of who he truly is. Pain doesn't destroy you. It's the wake-up call. When it hits, you have two choices: numb it and stay broken, or face it and grow stronger. Stoicism teaches us one simple truth: you can't control external events, only how you react to them. That includes heartbreak. That includes betrayal. That includes the gut-wrenching moment when she replaced you as if you never mattered. You can let that pain tear you apart, or let it forge you into someone unbreakable. Many men try to avoid pain. They distract themselves, jump into rebounds, drink it away, scroll endlessly to numb the hurt. But those who rise above, they face it head on. They sit with it. They journal. They train. They build. Because pain is raw energy. When you process it with control, it becomes power. This pain you're feeling isn't weakness. It's information. It's showing you where your boundaries should have been. It's revealing where you lack discipline. It's a mirror reflecting who you were and who you need to become. Dark psychology knows this truth. Pain leads to change. People evolve under pressure. When used right, heartbreak becomes the foundation of your next level. Not because you're trying to prove her wrong, but because you're proving yourself right about your value, your standards, and your focus. So no, this isn't a setback. It's a setup for your rise. And when you're done, she won't recognize you. If you're done running from the fire and ready to walk through it, hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I turn pain into power. 3. The most dangerous man is the one who's emotionally untouchable. The most dangerous man? He's the one who's emotionally untouchable. She wanted a reaction. She craved chaos. She wanted proof that she still had power over you. But what did she get? Silence, stillness, no texts, no breakdowns, just space. And that space? That's what breaks people. Because nothing is louder than the absence of attention. Let me make this clear. Emotional control is not about being numb. It's about being unshakable. When you become emotionally untouchable, you take away her only weapon, your reaction. Women test you, not physically, but emotionally. They push buttons, pick fights, withdraw, just to see if you'll fold. But when you don't, that's when they feel your power. This is the wisdom of Stoicism. No one can control your mind unless you hand them the keys. If she can make you spiral, she owns you. But when you control your inner state, you become something she cannot manipulate. And that makes her question everything. You don't need to explain your silence. You don't need to post cryptic messages. That's weak. She'll notice your absence. She'll feel your energy shift from needy to neutral. When she doesn't get the dopamine hit from your validation, she'll feel the void. And this isn't just about her. It's about every relationship you have. The moment you stop being emotionally available to every opinion, every insult, every rejection, you become untouchable. Cold? No. Cruel? Never. Just calm, detached, focused. She can't reach you now because you've built walls, not out of bitterness, but out of discipline. And nothing is more powerful, more attractive, or more threatening than a man she can't shake. If you're done giving emotional access to people who didn't earn it, hit like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My silence is my power. 4. The power shift happens in your absence. You don't take your power back by arguing. You take it back by disappearing. She expected space, not a void. She expected a pause, not silence. She expected a break, not a full exit. She thought your distance was temporary, but what she didn't see coming was your permanence. The quiet that grows louder with every day you don't reach out. The stillness that echoes louder than words. And this is the power shift. It's not when you post photos trying to look happy. It's not when you drop hints or subliminals. It's when you disappear and never explain why. When she checks her phone and your name's not there. When she posts something for attention and you don't bite. That's when it starts to hit. See, Stoicism doesn't yell. It doesn't beg. It simply walks away. When something no longer aligns with your peace, your values, your vision, you leave. Not for revenge, but for clarity. And once you realize her presence caused more confusion than calm, you stop explaining. You stop justifying. You stop bleeding energy into chaos. Your silence becomes your closure. Here's what dark psychology knows. Attention is power. And the moment you pull yours back, you trigger uncertainty. The same certainty that gave her confidence to walk away now flips into doubt. She thought she'd live in your head forever. But you've moved on. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Gone. And this time, your absence hits different. Because it's backed by real change. You're not stalking her stories. You're not hoping for a text. You're not waiting for a comeback. She wanted control, but got silence. And now the power? It's in your hands. Let her wonder. Let her sit with the emptiness. Let her feel the shift. The man who used to orbit her world, he didn't disappear. He just became unavailable. If you're done being the emotional backup plan, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. My absence teaches what my presence couldn't. 5. Attention is her addiction. Denial is your weapon. She didn't miss you at first. She missed the attention, the constant validation, the dopamine hit of knowing you were just one text away. That safety net? Gone. Now it's withdrawal season. C. Attention is currency, and you were giving yours away like it was worthless. Every reply, every heart on sleeve confession, every double tap, every just checking in, all of it deposits into her ego. But now, the bank is closed. No more likes. No more emotional check-ins. No more free energy. You've gone silent, and that silence is starving her. Dark Psychology 101. Remove the stimulus someone is addicted to, and they spiral. They obsess. They rewatch memories. They replay every moment, even if they pretend not to care. You've become unpredictable, unreachable, and in that void, she starts to feel the same pain she once caused you. Uncertainty, doubt, silence. Yes, women crave attention, but what they respect is restraint. She may never admit it, but the second you stopped feeding her ego, she felt it. And now, every guy who gives her the validation you used to feels weaker by comparison because he's chasing. You're not. That's stoicism, not coldness, control, not bitterness, discipline. You didn't pull back because you stopped caring. You pulled back because you realized your energy is valuable. Now, it's invested where it belongs. In your body, in your craft, in your mind. She's no longer the main character. You are. Your attention isn't free anymore. It's earned. And she lost access. If you're done handing out energy to people who never valued it, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I control where my energy flows.